Hi, welcome to the channel, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create this business annual report cover page in Word. So the first thing I'm going to do is to make sure I've got the correct size page. I've got A4 up here, but if you want to change it, go to layout, click on size, and you've got a whole selection of different sizes to choose from. Then we're going to go to insert, pictures. I'm going to use some stock images, but you may well have a picture of your own you want to insert. I'm just going to click on stock images, and then Word holds a number of different images that you can use. So at the top here you can search for those images. I'm just going to put in architecture, press enter, and then select from here which image I want. I'll select this one here, click insert. Now if you want to turn any photograph into a circle in Word, you have to crop it to a square first. So make sure it's selected, go to picture format, go to crop and select aspect ratio, and then select the square 1:1. Then you can crop this, you can move the picture around, crop out exactly what you want. Once you're happy, just press enter, then you've got your square image. Then go to crop, select crop to shape and select circle. Now, once you've done that, you may not be able to move it around, so just make sure you go up to wrap text, click on the drop down and select in front of text. And then we can pull this out to the size we want, which is roughly about here. You can go to colour at the top here, and you can change the saturation to black and white if that's more suitable for your image. You can also go to corrections as well if you want to make this a bit more contrasty. Then we're going to go to insert, shapes, click on the drop down and select circle. Then hold down your shift key and drag and draw out a circle. If you don't hold the shift key down, you'll draw an oval and not a circle. Select it, make sure you're on shape format, go to shape fill, click on the drop down and select no fill. Then go to the outline, select the color of your choice. Let's select this blue. Then we're going to go all the way over to format pane. This just gives you a lot more options when it comes to the arrangement of all your shapes, colors and photographs and even text. So go to this bucket icon, go to line and click on the drop down, and over here on width I'm going to select it and press 20 and press enter. So we're on the line here, which is the outline around the circle, and we've gone to the width of that line and made it 20 points. So now we're going to select both of these. I'm just going to make this one a little bit bigger and hold down the command or control key to select the middle one. If you can't select it, because this acts a little bit like layers, then select the one item, go to shape format and go to selection pane. This will give you an overview of exactly what you've inserted into your document. We've got the oval here, so just select it, and you've got the picture as well. So select both of these by holding down the shift key and then go to picture format, align to center, so perfect lined up to the center, then align to middle, they're perfectly aligned to the middle. Then you can go to group. Now it's all one group. We can then perfectly align it to the center, then use our arrow keys up and down to figure out where we'd like that on the page. Then go to group and select ungroup, because we're going to need this circle here to go towards the back. So the next step is I'm going to insert all the text, then I'm going to put more of the background on, just because it's easier to put the text in first than it is trying to work out the background as well, because you just keep clicking on it. So just go to insert, word art, click on the drop down and select the first one you come to, and then you can write in your text. And we'll just move it down here. And then we can go and select our font. So in this one I've used Helivector and I've gone down to use bold. Now you may not be able to notice it very well, but this does actually have a small shadow on it. If you don't want the shadow on the font, then just select it, go to shape format, go to text options, go to this icon here, go to shadow, click on the drop down, go to presets, select no shadow. If you're happy with the size, what we're going to do is copy and paste this. The quickest way to do it, select it, hold down the Alt Option key, click and drag. Then we're going to put in the next word. And then for this one, we're going to change the color. So select it, go to the Home tab, font color, change the font color. I'm going to change it to match this one here. Now you might be wondering, why don't I put all of these words just in one box? But the reason being is when you do that, you press the return key and Word makes the space for you, which you can't change. So you have to have it at the space that Word makes it for you between the actual words itself. Now with this, I can put them as close as I like or as far away from each other as I want. Just gives me a bit more flexibility. So I'm going to select this one again, copy and paste it, type out the rest of the text for this box. Then I'm just going to select each one and go to right align to make sure they're all lined up to the, left align, make sure they're all lined up to the left. I'm going to select them all, hold down that Command or Control key, then go to shape format, align, distribute vertically, which means they'll put an equal distance between all of these text, align to left, deselect, and just check you're happy with all of that alignment. If that's the case, you can select them all again, go to group and select group. Now you've got that all as one group and it's a lot easier to move it around. Now I'm just going to borrow this, copy and paste it, deselect, reselect this one, group, ungroup. Then we can use this one down here. So in here, I'm just going to put a paragraph of text, which I'm going to copy from the original because I'm sure you don't want to watch me typing. So to select all, Command or Control A, and then Command or Control V to paste. And this is just some random text. This one here, again, I'm just going to use some text, select it and paste in some text. Now what you'll notice with all of this text, I've used a slightly different text for everything, which creates that sort of contrast. Although it's the same font, it creates a little bit more interest because you make it bold, slightly bigger, slightly smaller, change the colour. That will create all the interest you need. Again in here, so all I've done here is make the text a little slightly bigger and then just selected just these two numbers and change the colour of them. And then just create another text box. Now I've just pasted these over from the original, but I've showed you how to create these. It's very simple to do. Once you have customized it though, it is much better to copy and paste it rather than taking off the shadows and then changing the font and then changing the bold. Just copy and paste them and then adjust what you need to adjust. Once again, I'm just going to move these up. Now you can see this all is a little bit confusing. There's not much room at the bottom here. So this is where the alignment is really, really important to make it all look cohesive. Very much bunched at the bottom. So what we'll need to do is to put the background in and then you'll see how it will all work out. So go to Insert, Shapes, click on the drop down, select a square, click and draw out a square to cover roughly the top bit of your design. Go to Shape Format and over to the Format pane icon here and down to the bucket. So the line, we're going to take off the border line because there is actually a border line around this square. Go to Fill and I'm going to go to Gradient, and you can see my gradients here because I've rehearsed this. So you can see these two markers here. When you select them, you can go to Colour and select any colour you like. You can then select the other one, and once again go to Colour, select any one you like. And as I move these sliders, if you watch this gradient here, you can then change the gradient to suit the look you're going for. So I've moved it to about here, and then as you can see at the moment, it's on top of all of my designs, and you can see how it's sort of working as layers because I'm now on the top of this circle. So what I want to do is put it right to the back. So select it, go to Shape Format, and in Send Backwards, click on the drop down and select Send to Back. Now that design is at the back. We need to now go to Insert, Shapes, click on the drop down again using the square. From the bottom, click and draw out quite a large rectangle, and then we can move the rectangle, rotate it, make it a bit bigger, pull it down so that it goes roughly halfway across this circle here. Move it around until it suits the look you're going for. Then we can just whip to the top here, click on the drop down, no outline, shape fill, select white. Now this time, instead of going to send backwards, we can just click send backwards, and each time we do, you can see it goes further and further behind all the elements that we have already inserted until we get to this one. Now this circle here we need to send back behind the white one, so select send back. There you go, we selected it again and it sent the blue circle behind the white but kept the photograph in front. So now I'm going to put a small shadow on this photograph, so select it, go back over to format pane or format picture, go to this icon here, shadows, go to the presets, then go all the way down to inner shadow and select the inner shadow. You see we have an inner shadow here which can now be customized by all of these different sliders. You can put the angle on, it really doesn't matter, you can put more of a blur on. Again, completely up to you. So now we've got a little bit more space down the bottom here. We can just simply move all of these different pieces of text to where we want it. What's quite key in design is to try to line things up with each other or have some kind of cohesive nature to it. So we could line this up with the bottom of that E. And if you can see, it's a little bit clunky when I move it. If I move it and then press my Alt or Option key, we'll actually smooth out that movement. So then I can just use my arrow key and move it to the side here. Then we need to get to this annual report. Let's move this down. And again, this one as well. And again, let's just zoom in. We can line this one up here. We can line either the bottom of the A to this number 2 or the top of the A here to the number 2. Completely your choice. I'm going to align it to about here. Then I'm going to use my arrow keys just to move it down. And again, this one, hold down that Alt or Option key, align it to this one, and then you can move that down with your arrow key and check you're happy. Same with this one, we can move this one up. Again, hold down that Alt or Option key, line it up, and just use the arrow keys to move it down. Zoom out. This one at the bottom, I'm simply going to go to the Home tab, make sure it's aligned to the center of that box, then go to Shape Format, go to Align, and align to the center of the page. So first you align it to the center of the box, then to the center of the page, and then deselect. Perfect. So the only thing now is to insert your logo. So go to Insert, Pictures, Picture from File, select the logo that's yours or the one that you want, click Insert. When you insert something, you might not be able to see it or might not be able to move it. So leave it selected, go to Picture Format, Wrap Text in front of text. Now you can move it, resize it and put it wherever you like. Again, try to look for a level of alignment at the side here. So what you could do is bring it down to here. You could align it with this 6 here with the edge, and then just use your arrow keys to move it up the page. So once you're happy with this, you can save it as a Word file, a Word template, or you can save it as a PDF file. So go to File, Save As. This is a Word document, so you just put in the title you want, Word document at the bottom. Alternatively, click on this drop down. You can just see at the bottom here it says PDF. You can save it as that PDF. Alternatively, you can go to File and save as a template. That means you can use this over and over again. Even if you make changes to it, it'll still be in your templates file when you open up Word and have that list of templates on your home page. So again, make sure it's in templates, make sure it's in templates here, and then just choose your name. Now, if you can't be bothered to do any of this, you will be able to download this using the link in the description below. So I hope that's helped you today. If it has, please like and subscribe, and have a great day.